Welcome to Creative Living, where we help you live your most creative life. I'm Jane Klaus. Now, the word inflation seems to be on the minds of everyone these days. So today, we've got advice on how to combat those high prices. But before we go down our checklist, let's just see what's coming up on the show. The supermarket guru shares tips on cutting your grocery bill. We travel to Tucson for a relaxing spa experience. Plus, a delicious family waffle recipe. That and much more coming up on this episode of Creative Living. Although inflation may be dipping in some areas, it seems that food prices don't seem to be lowering at all. So here to give us some shopping tips is the supermarket guru, Phil Lempert. Hi, Phil. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And, you're right that we are seeing inflation dipping in some categories. Certainly gas has gone down. But when it comes to food, forget about it. Prices are high. They're going to stay high, and they're going to go up even more.
Oh, please, Phil, help us. I mean, is there really a legitimate reason behind all of these skyrocketing food prices, or are the companies just taking advantage of the times that we're in?
It's both. So clearly the problem that we've got as a result of the pandemic is we've got a labor shortage. We have more places becoming unionized, from Starbucks to Trader Joe's. Wages are going up. We're down about 120,000 long-haul truck drivers, which means that transportation costs are going up. And the big one for me is climate change. If we take a look in the past year or so, the amount of droughts, the amount of fires that take place, the amount of flooding that takes place, all of that, is a disaster as it relates to growing our food. Now, the other hand, for the question that you're talking about, yes, we're seeing a lot of price gouging by major food companies. I was on a conference call just the other week where the CEO of Coca-Cola was talking about that they're going to have yet another price increase coming this spring. They anticipate even more price increases. And he said, yeah, part of it has to do with increasing costs, but part of it also is because of their brand is so strong, they can get away with it. And that's in what I call a food crime. Wow. Well, let's talk about shrinkflation. So how does shrinkflation play into the higher costs? Well, so here's what's so interesting about shrinkflation. It's basically another food crime where these manufacturers are taking, their packages, putting less in them. Some, the prices are staying the same. Some, the prices are going up. If you look at Doritos, there's now 8 to 10 less Doritos in a bag. If you look at raisins, there's now 70 less raisins in Sun-Made Raisins package. The one that makes me laugh the most is breakfast cereals. So when you go down the cereal aisle, you'll see all those banners, family size, giant size, gargantuan size, all of that. And the reality is that, they're taking more out of those products. Is there anything that consumers can do to lower their grocery bills? Yes, there's a couple things. Number one, shop around. So, for example, the CVS and Walgreens of the world, those drug chains, they sell milk less expensively than a supermarket does. We're now seeing the proliferation of dollar stores. Go to a dollar store. Now, keep in mind that you'll go to a dollar store this week, you'll find a great product that you love at a cheap price, but when you go back next week, it's probably not there. They're opportunistic buyers, and what that means is they make a deal with a certain manufacturer, so they'll flood their stores with it, but that's it. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. Shop around, always have a shopping list no matter where you go. 40% of all of our foods in this nation are wasted. So make sure you're looking in the cupboards, in the freezer, in the refrigerator. Use the leftovers, because the fastest and best way that you can save money on food is not to waste food.
Absolutely, and those are fantastic tips. What about buying seasonal items? I know we can go to the produce section and then there's the whole seasonal items section. Will that help?
Yes, especially in produce. If you buy what's in season, it's number one, less expensive. Number two, it's fresher. Number three, it has more nutrients because it's in season. So, you want to buy foods that are in season, especially in the produce department.
Phil, great information as always. So I guess it's make a plan, shop smart, and listen to Phil. If you want more information, just head to Phil's website.
If the stress of inflation is just taking a toll, or maybe you're just craving a little R&R, then a trip to a spa in Tucson should be on your list.
SpaWell is a desert oasis where we embrace not only the body but the mind as well. So we really want our guests to take some time and enjoy themselves here at our spa whenever they come to visit us. We're located here at the base of the Push Ridge Mountains. There's a beautiful angle that models that same ridge behind us. Spa services are not just about coming in for your massage or your facial and leaving. There really has become more of an opportunity to embrace the entire visit and experience. So instead of just coming in and getting your massage and facial and leaving, our guests are really taking a moment to enjoy and increase their wellness opportunities. So they're coming in, having a massage, enjoying the pool, laying out in the sunshine. We also have a movement studio where we offer yoga classes. We also host our Sparties, which are parties for our guests to enjoy in groups of people, so you're not interfering with the rest of our spa guests that are wanting to relax. And we also have an amazing salt inhalation room, which is very beneficial for immunity systems, as well as just a great place to relax and meditate. One of the most unique services that we offer here at SpaWell is the vibrational singing bowl experience, where you're laying on the massage table and you're actually having those bowls as they're singing placed on the body so that you have the vibration of those bowls vibrating your body, and it helps to balance your natural frequency. It truly is a unique experience, not to be missed. We've seen CBD really come full circle into the spa experience. It truly is an amazing ingredient to be used on the body. It really helps for stiff muscles and joints. And the CBD wrap and experience, it really helps your body to calm and soothe and to just really help to disconnect as well. SpaWell is open to not only our guests staying here at El Conquistador, but also to our local community. We have a couple of different packages that are available to our guests. There is a package that's part of an overnight stay, so staying here at El Conquistador and enjoying a SpaWell experience, as well as just a day package. You can certainly book any of our services a la carte as well, so you can mix and match and find whatever works best for yourself. I encourage you to visit our website, give us a call, book your appointments online, and we look forward to seeing you very soon in the future.
Another way to save on groceries is to take advantage of loyalty programs. Now, most grocery stores have free memberships where you can get in-store promotions, digital coupons, and even earn money towards gasoline. Now, before you head out to get your milk and eggs, hold on a second. We want to show you what's coming up next on Creative Living. We show you why an ADU might be the answer to gaining space in your home. And a look at how women are thriving in the wine industry. If space is what you're lacking at home, it might be a good time to consider an ADU. These accessory dwelling units are popular options in home remodeling.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. In California, over the last decade, they significantly reduced the amount of regulation for a structure like this so that people could provide homes either as extra rental properties or for family members. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Initially, my involvement was through the computer because Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company, and selection of design and materials and different patterns. Allison engaged me every step of the way.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. I feel involved. I'm very much part of the process, and that's very respectful and meaningful to me, especially at my age. I am 94 years old.
The aesthetic features like the front of the home, the large door and the elevated windows, and there's a column that divides the structure that looks very modern. It looks like a Guggenheim museum piece, and it's a different color. And it was a pleasant surprise. And I could tell that the tradesmen, whether it was stucco, framers, concrete guys, they all kind of fell in love with the design. You could tell. They were really excited about, the features of this, this small little project.
I felt a real sense of integrity there and commitment, and I was impressed. And it was easy, it was fun. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Meatless Mondays are a great way to cut costs. Meat prices have seen a significant hike, so limiting the amount you buy will help your household's bottom line. You should try swapping rice or beans for meat, and tuna is always a great option. Stick around, we've got more coming up on Creative Living. A look at a new TV show featuring women in the beverage industry, and a delicious recipe for buttermilk waffles. There's no better way, in my opinion, to start the morning than a delicious waffle. And Nina Monique shows us how to make a simple buttermilk version.
Hey guys, welcome to Recipe Remix. It's your girl Nina Monique, and today we are cooking through my family's cookbook and one of my favorite recipes, buttermilk waffles. Now this is a staple in my family. We make it every Christmas with chicken. Come on, let me tell you how to make it. Now this is such a great recipe. If you have a waffle iron, you will be making these every single weekend. Brunch? What? This is where it's at. Let me show you how easy it is. We're gonna start off with 2 cups of flour. I've got baking soda. We'll add that to the dry. I've got 4 tablespoons of sugar. So go ahead and add that to your ingredients. I also have some melted butter and a couple of eggs. Let me show you what we do with the eggs. Let's crack the eggs first. So according to this recipe, which was passed down from my great grandma, Nana's, what I used to call her, always have your whites and your yellows separate, and we're gonna beat the whites. And I use a little water bottle to get these guys out. So let me show you how you're gonna do it. You're just gonna add a little pressure, suck this guy out, put him to the side. Oop, we're definitely gonna use this, but let's try it again, watch. Now, take a fork and just start whisking away, whisk it away. Go ahead and keep whisking your whites. That's all good. Who needs Gold's Gym, baby? It's right here. A little bit of foamy like this. This is what's gonna give it, the waffles, a little bit of fluffiness. This is where it's at. All right. All right, so go ahead and add that into our dry, along with the rest of the eggs, some melted butter, and the buttermilk. All right, let's go ahead and give her a mix. Go ahead and mix it up real good. You are gonna love this. Don't forget your vanilla. And a pinch of salt. Salt Bay, Salt Bay. All right. All right, once it's mixed, we'll get our waffle iron warmed up. I'm gonna turn mine all the way somewhere in the middle. Let it get warm. So our batter is done. Now we gotta get our waffle iron preheated. Make sure you spray it with a little cooking spray. Spray liberally. Now don't overcrowd this waffle iron. Just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it. So start in the middle. And there we go. Kind of spread it out. Maybe just a dab more. And it looks like it's not going to be enough, but trust me, it will expand once you close. And this little light is going to tell us when it's ready. In the meantime, you know what time it is. All right, I believe our first is ready. Let's take a look. Ooh, yes, perfect. Next time we'll add a little bit more, but just go ahead and take a fork and put it on over to a plate. Let's do it again. All right, guys, so easy. Like I said, cooking should not be a chore. We just finished 4 homemade buttermilk waffles. And you can top this thing with anything. You can do fruit, you can do chocolate, banana, peanut butter. But I'm gonna keep it really simple and just add a little bit of butter and syrup topping. You wanna go in and watch this. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and try these. Like I said, here we go.
Meal planning is a great way to keep cash in your pocket. Making seasonal, low-cost recipes that you'll eat all week will allow you to buy what's on sale, and it will also cut down on supermarket trips. I love a good meal plan. All right, don't go anywhere. We've got more coming up on Creative Living. See how a new TV show is celebrating women in the wine industry. The owner of Sip Wine and Beer shows how her love of spirits launched a new television series featuring women in the food and beverage industry.
Sip Wine and Beer is a wine and beer tasting room here in Escondido. Started it in 2015. I wanted to start a business and I wanted to create a space where we could talk about wine. And so when you come here, you get to veer off the beaten path and try brands that you do not get anywhere else.
It's a blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
These are brands that have created quality wine, beers, and they don't get the opportunities to be in the main stage with the other big box retailers. So they rely on small businesses like myself to share their stories and to get their names out there for people to support. Fast forward 7 years, I've been able to be sustainable in doing that, and that is now evolved to Fresh Glass.
Denise Clark found a passion for winemaking later in life. She transformed her home into a wine sanctuary.
So we created this docuseries to tell the stories of women and BIPOC innovators in food, beverage, and entrepreneurship that aren't visible in both our society or in mainstream media. And the goal was to create a story of people who could see themselves in places or in entrepreneurship or in spaces that generally don't have people who look like me or women in. And so food, beverage, and entrepreneurship is this umbrella of fields that are underrepresented when it comes to both women and people of color.
Inglewood, California is known as the City of Champions.
Welcome to Crowns Inglewood, baby.
Welcome to Crowns Inglewood.
The industry in wine and beer, or in food and beverage in general, accounts for less than 1% when it comes to women. And then it's not even 1% when it comes to people of color.
I'm gonna toast to the legacy of a trailblazer.
Oh, I was just doing my thing. I think if you just keep dreaming and do your thing, it just keeps evolving.
And the biggest challenge is getting people to buy into that. You know, creating a television show, it's one of the hardest things that I've done, but the most rewarding. And just like being an entrepreneur, you have to put your money where your mouth is. You have to create this concept. You have to invest in yourself. You have to put your own money up front. And you have to create this vision that you hope comes to life on television so people understand the story and it resonates with them.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Creative Living. I'm Jane Klaus, and we'll see you next time.